And I believe that is the last time we're going to sing it in this service. I look. I think I'm right. So if I'm wrong, it's okay. It's not quite Lent yet. But we're prepared. Let us say prayer. Gracious God, we give you thanks for joy and excitement, for alleluias. But now we get ready to walk a new path in Lent, a path of reflection, sometimes quietness, and we put aside alleluias. Be with us during this time as we reflect the path that your Son walked to the cross. We pray this in your name. Amen. My name is Simon, son of Jonah. But he had another name for me. Peter, the rock. You know, I was one of the first that he called. Myself and my brother Andrew, we were mending our nets when he came to us and said, "Follow me, and I will make you fish for people." And immediately we dropped everything, and we followed him. We were there when he began to heal and cure the sick. We were there when he began to preach about the good news of the kingdom. When he went up the mountain and began to teach about who is blessed by God and how to follow God's law, how to live godly lives, we were there. And when we stayed at my house and my mother-in-law was deathly sick with fever, all he had to do was touch her, and she was well. We were there in the boat when it was stormy, and all he had to do was speak, and the winds were calmed. We were there when he cast out the demons. We were there at the bedside of the little girl, and he took her hand and raised her up from her deathbed. We were there. And when he gave us authority over all unclean spirits, over all sickness and disease, I was first in line, ready to be sent to do his work. We were there when he taught in parables, and he told us what they really meant. We were there when he was rejected by the people of his hometown in Nazareth. We were there. We were there when he fed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves and 2 fish. We were there. And when he sent us ahead on the boat and came walking to us across the water, it was I who dared to challenge him, asked him to command me to walk on the water if it was truly him. And I did, until I got frightened by the wind. But it was me that he reached down to save when I cried out for him. And when he asked us who we thought he was, I was the one. I was the one who said, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And he called me Peter, the rock, the foundation for his church. But alas, when he told us about what was to come, his suffering, his death, it was me who rebuked him. It was me whom he called Satan, the stumbling block, blockhead. Me. So, what a surprise, when just 6 days later, it was me. And James and John that he invited to come up the mountain with him. Just the four of us. And then he was transfigured. His face was shining, his clothes dazzling white. And suddenly, there with him, Moses, the one whom God gave the gifts to lead us out of slavery, to give us the gift of the commandments. Moses and Elijah, the greatest prophet, who did many wonders in God's name. I wanted only to honor them, to show them our hospitality, to build the dwellings. But then that voice spoke with such power. And we fell to the ground and we couldn't move. We were so frightened. It was only Jesus' touch, our friend, our teacher, that was able to calm our beating hearts, to bring us back. What a wondrous experience to have been there in that moment on the mountain. How are we to know that that mountain would pale in comparison to another mountain, Calvary? What happened there on the day of that transfiguration would pale in comparison to what would happen on Calvary. How was I to know that my rebuke would pale in comparison to my denial at its lowest point in the midst of the trial? And yet, we did not know that the glory of that day on the mountain, transfiguration, would pale in comparison to the glory of his appearance after he was raised from the dead. Why did he choose me? Just a fisherman, a little too stubborn, a little slow to understand. But then, why does he choose any of us? Why does he choose you? I've reflected on it. And now that he's only with us in the Spirit, now that we are carrying on his work, I begin to wonder, maybe it doesn't matter why he chose us. Maybe all that matters is that we love him and that we share the love that he gave to us with others. That we share the healing, the wisdom, the compassion that he showed. That we share all of that with the world in his name. Maybe that is what matters. Maybe that is what it means to walk in the light, to be his followers.